So before we get on to auscultating your chest, I'm going to just explain to you how to do a self-breast examination on you. I think one of the best ways is to have your arm lifted so that you can feel around on each side. Feel around, go in a circular motion all the way around. Make sure you get in the armpit area here too. And then also right on the nipple and around that as well to see if you have any bumps or any pain or tenderness that's unusual. And if you do, then you would need to contact your doctor. So next, I'm going to be looking at her anterior chest, and I'm going to see if I can see her apical pulse here. I'm just gonna lift it a little bit. So it doesn't look like I can see it just looking there. So that's good. And then I'm going to feel around just to see if there's any thrills or vibrations around. So that feels normal. Okay, and now I'm going to be listening with my diaphragm first. So I'm going to first be feeling for the aortic, which is going to be under the second rib. And then her pulmonic right across. Okay, then Erb's point. And then her tricuspid. And her mitral, which will be under the midclavicular line. Okay, that sounds good. And then after that, I'm going to listen to her apical pulse for a whole minute straight, just to describe it. I'll put this here. So cold. Okay, so I counted 60 beats, and I say it would be at a 3, +3, if I were to rate it. And now I'm going to do the same thing, listening to with my belt instead of my diaphragm. So first her aortic.
When was it done after doing assessment?
I'm so annoyed. Okay, so that sounds good. I don't hear any bruit or whooshing or any type of murmurs on that. So then I'm just going to have you, if you could just roll slightly this way. You don't have to roll all the way to the side. This will help for her heart to be closer to her chest wall so I can hear it better. And I'm just going to listen for S3 and S4 sounds if there are any. Okay, so So there's no S3 or 4 sounds, which is good. You should only have 2. So that's good for that. And now you can roll back to your side. And as she's moving positions, I just want to look at her face to see if there's any grimacing or any sign of pain or discomfort in any way, but she looks fine. So then I'm going to just be looking at her abdomen to see if there's anything, redness, breakdown, tenderness, or anything like that. So she looks fine there. And then I'm going to listen for each of her quadrants for bowel sounds using my diaphragm. So I'm going to start in the right lower quadrant and right upper quadrant, left upper quadrant, and left lower. Okay, and I can hear gurgly type bowel sounds, which is good, normal. And if I didn't hear any, I would listen for 5 minutes just to make sure. And then I'm also going to be listening to her vascular sounds using my bell. So first is going to be the aorta, which is going to be right under her xiphoid. Oh my God, that was so loud. Okay, and then her renal arteries, which are going to be here and right across. Okay, and now I'm going to percuss in each of your quadrants. So I'm going to start with the left lower quadrant and the left upper quadrant, the right and left. This is left. Okay, and now I'm going to try to percuss her liver and measure it with this ruler in centimeters. Okay, so I hear dullness here, so that should be the end. This is okay. So I'd say it's about 7 centimeters for her liver span. And then I'm also going to be percussing her spleen, which would be in the last intercostal space about. It's not always palpable. Okay, and I'm gonna have you take a deep breath. Okay, so it might be right here. I can't really tell. Okay, so next, I'm going to palpate lightly in all 4 of her quadrants, and I'm going to describe the muscle tone and see if she has any pain. So let me know if you feel any pain or tenderness anywhere. No? Okay.
No.
And it doesn't look like she's hiding any pain in her face. So the muscle strength is strong. Seems like she has good muscle tone there. And then I'm going to palpate deeply in all 4 of your quadrants and see if I see any masses or if she has any pain. Any pain?
No.
You pain here?
No. No.
Here?
No.
Okay, that's good. And then I'm going to palpate her liver, which should be up in the right upper quadrant. And then her spleen in the left upper quadrant. And then I would palpate her femoral pulses bilaterally, which would be about right here, to assess the rate of that as well. And then I would also point out her inguinal lymph nodes bilaterally, which are about right here as well. Okay, and you can stop it there.